Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Neil Carey Arena on the campus of Lewis University for tonight's men's NCAA volleyball matchup featuring the Saints from Maryville University. Enjoy Lewis University! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise to join us in the playing of our national anthem. Let's see tonight's starting lineup. First, for the Saints, a 6'6" middle blocking senior from Oakland, Missouri, #1, Jacob Fisher. A 6'7" middle blocking senior from Blue Creek, Arizona, #9, David Fleischer. A 6'7" junior from Chicago, Illinois, #10, Cameron Chambers. A 6'5" middle blocking sophomore from Ball, Missouri, #14, Victor Gannon. A 6'3" athletic freshman from Maryville, Illinois, #18, Drew Rogers. A 6'3" athletic senior from Atherton, Wisconsin, #21, Luke Van Andel. The Saints Libros are a 6'2" sophomore from Wildwood, Missouri, #2, Jacob Zuchenko. And a 6-foot freshman from Wildwood, Missouri, #99, Zach Clark. The Saints are coached by Mike Easton, assisted by Ryan LeGrand. And now, let's meet go! New York, #24, Neil Your flyer leader is the 6-foot freshman from Naples, Florida, #4, Neil Your flyer out is the freshman from Illinois, #27, Carey. competitor and your Flyers trainer is Caitlin Briscoe.
Good evening and welcome to Neil Carey Arena for tonight's matchup featuring the number 15 Lewis University Flyers and the Maryville University Saints. I'm Allison Lankwitz, joined by Juliana Van Loo and Hannah Alvey of Lewis University Women's Volleyball. How excited are you guys to be here tonight?
I am so excited to be here. I did this last year and it was a lot of fun. And I like working with you because you're my neighbor.
We are roommate neighbors, yes.
Yeah, I am so excited to be here. I commentated a few games ago, so it's really, really exciting to be back.
Yeah,
especially with these two.
So much fun. I'm so looking forward to tonight, and the Flyers are coming off of a win. Last night, they beat St. Francis College Brooklyn in 3 sets, so they're looking to keep their home court win streak going, so should be a really good matchup tonight.
I agree, and it looks like there's a lot of newer faces out tonight on the starting lineup. I know there's a lot of freshmen like Daniel Harbour and Seaver, and then Nico as well. Usually Jason Gibbs is in libero, but so this should be fun to watch them play, so see how they do.
Yeah, definitely always good to get the young guys out on the court, and that's something Coach Dan Friend mentioned to me earlier. They had quite a few injuries when they were away last weekend in Texas, so he definitely told me he was looking to change up this lineup, so great to see some freshmen there. Van Handel, up by Elias. Back out to Selahowski. Good dig for the Saints. Calling. Outside to Drolsum. He gets the Flyers their first point on the board. Drolsum is a freshman from Norway.
Yeah, that was a nice kill. It was also a really good early on block by Selahowski and Elias.
Good duo there. Haber to serve for the Flyers. Rolls off the tape. Outside. And Haber with the kill.
With the kill, Flyers.
That's one of my favorite things about men's volleyball. It's different from women's at least, is that the middle back will kind of just leap through the air, and then by the time they hit, they're by the front net. So it's kind of fun to see them hit back row as well as front row.
And Victor Ganev with the first kill for the Saints tonight.
It's a nice cross-court shot.
Yeah, that was a really nice hit.
Yeah, number 14, Ganev has been having a good season so far. In their loss last night to Loyola, he played pretty well. He had 10 kills, so looking to keep that streak going for himself tonight.
An early block. That's going to be something that I think Maryville is going to focus on, is shutting down like Lewis's hitters. Lewis, I feel like, is known for just having a lot of powerhouse hitters on their team.
Ooh, and a bit of an overpass there by Haber. Leads to the kill for the Saints. Yeah, that was just an unfortunate play there. I mean, it's so hard to just get underneath that ball and get good contact. So
yeah, and by the time it goes over, you're kind of just hoping to get the next ball up whenever a middle goes up to hit. Those ones are not fun to pass.
No.
Yeah, overpass on an open net is, not a good situation to be in.
And Antonio Elias Rodriguez back to serve for the Flyers. Scores now even at 3. That serve is long.
Back to serve is Jacob Fisher.
Just barely missed the back line there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that was long, but yesterday he actually went on a really long serving run, so hopefully he can get his groove back like what he had last night.
Yes, he did definitely have a good game last night. Ooh, and a bit of a miscommunication there for the Saints. Outside, Selahowski blocked at the net.
Maryville early on doing a great job at the net.
Staying really disciplined. That's something Coach Friend said that he wanted to see more of from his team. So Maryville definitely putting up quite a challenge early on for the Flyers. And number 1, Jacob Fisher to serve for Maryville. Dug up by Paula. Calling outside to Selahowski. Gets the kill there for the Flyers.
Yeah, when your middle goes back to serve, which in men's, their middles always serve. I mean, I always like to hit at the middle because they're not typically the best passers.
Right.
So that was a really good hit by Chase. Ooh, great save by Nico.
And that touch over the net is going to be just short for Daniel Haber.
Serving is Victor Gannon.
Service error for Maryville now makes the score 5-6. Lewis down by 1. Selahowski back to serve. And he will record his first ace of the night.
Yeah, serving is going to be very important. I mean, obviously, if you miss your serve, that's an automatic point for the other team. But on the flip side, if you get an ace, it's an automatic point for you. So hopefully Chase can get another one for the Flyers. Oh, I spoke it into existence.
Yes, you did.
Should I say it again? He's out of bounds by Selahowski. Although it looks like the Flyers are going to want to challenge a touch.
Dan Friend does have the challenge card
Previous play is
in his
under
hand.
review. Lewis is challenging it. There was a touch on the serve.
Officials are going to review that last play. We've been seeing quite a few challenges here in Neil Carey over the past few home games. So
Yep.
last night, I know St. Francis, Brooklyn had, I think, 3 challenges, and 2 of them were wrong, and they kept their last, so fortunate for them. They did lose last night, though.
Yeah, I usually do book for the men's games, and it's kind of funny because our challenge system isn't the best sometimes. So it's hard when you are looking for touches, especially off the block, because, I mean, the ball is moving so fast, especially at the men's, level, and you're basically looking for a ball to just touch someone's finger. Like, that's the hardest thing, honestly, to look at.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely really difficult. I mean, I'm sitting behind the monitor. Sometimes we get to have a little peek at it, and watching it, I'm like, I can't even understand or begin to even understand how those officials can overturn a call,
Yeah,
It's just so hard to tell.
It's hard because at least the down ref has to come look at the side monitor, and then they'll zoom in and they'll go frame by frame. But then sometimes, again, the ball's moving so fast, the frame might jump or skip. And I mean, the ones that people have usually won at least are like if the ball's in and out by the line, it's a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, that's understandable, yeah.
Yeah.
But just like a micro touch off of somebody's fingertip, I'm
So
like,
hard to see.
Especially if it doesn't change the trajectory of the ball
Oh,
in the air,
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's nearly impossible to tell in real time, much less when you slow it down.
Yeah.
I mean, those players really have to stay disciplined, keeping their fingers so straight because just one little bend,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or sometimes, like, I mean, I'm guilty of this. Like, I'll block and I'll get a touch off of it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't touch it.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to sell it.
Oh, yeah.
You're not just playing volleyball, you're acting too, so.
Oh, yeah. The best actor in a game definitely wins all the points.
Yep.
But you can't sell it too much.
And Maryville will keep the point.
It appears there was a touch on that last serve that went out of bounds.
And Coach Friend not happy about that one.
No, he'll have 3 challenges throughout the whole game. So, I mean, if you lose a challenge, then you can't keep it, obviously. But if you win a challenge, you got to keep it. So,
Yeah, that was definitely a tough call, and the game will go on, nevertheless.
oof.
That is a service ace for the Saints. Number 18, Drew Rogers. Daniel Haber just couldn't keep that one in bounds. Pretty tough serve, a lot of bend on it.
You got to create like an early angle with your platform to get that back into the court.
So difficult. Rogers dug up by Paula, overpass. Outside to Van Handel. Kevin Calling. Van Handel will try again. He's blocked at the net, sends it over. Calling, quick to Vimochel, who touches that one just out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like he was a little bit early on that set. Or the set was a little high, either one. It's hard to tell.
And Vimochel, just a freshman. He did play last night, as well as being on the court tonight for the Flyers. Haber, Van Handel. Free ball sent over. Calling outside to Drolsom, who gets the kill. Two on the block there. Score is now 8-9. Maryville leads.
Yeah, right now you have Victor Ganev back row from Maryville, and he's their top point scorer, what it looks like. He just got set, actually, so they're going to probably try to find him as much as possible.
And a great dig there by number 99, Zach Clark. He just couldn't get under that one. And Kevin Collins up another kill.
Kevin Collins to serve.
He thought he was going to serve. But it's Vimochel back to serve.
Clark. Van Handel.
Point Flyers.
Like right there was confusion between the setter, I believe it was number 9, Flesher, and his outside, as well as his middle. Seemed like it wasn't quite sure who was trying to set right there.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens.
Clark. Flesher with the kill for the Saints there.
It's also hard, like if the ball goes out of system of any sorts and you try to audible for a different set, sometimes it's hard to hear. You know, setters have to listen to so many people calling so many different sets, and then they have to remember what the set is, and then they have to set it. So there's going to be a lot of miscommunications.
Off the tape. Good recovery there for the Flyers. And Dick Haber with the kill.
With the kill, point Flyers.
Again, with the middle back row, the outside just hitting cross. It will probably work every time. Although I used to be a middle, so I'm not saying middles can't pass, but they don't get the same amount of reps.
Outside. And Antonio Elias and Daniel Haber teaming up there for the block. Saints are denied. And Kevin Calling back to serve.
Out of bounds by Kevin Calling.
Back to service, Cameron Chambers.
Chambers will serve for the Saints.
It looks like the Lewis Flyers serve receive line stepped up, so I was going to say they're probably going to use their hands.
You'll tend to see when they know that servers are utilizing a float serve, they all tend to step up at the same time to take it with their hands, as opposed to using the platform for the top spin serves.
Yeah, that's something in the men's that they usually top spin all the time, like Daniel Haber's going to top spin here. And with a float serve, they have a harder time passing it because not that many people do a float serve. As like the women's, we float serve probably 90% of the time. So we're kind of used to taking it with our platform, and it's just the different.
And Rogers there, blocked by the Flyers.
That's hard when you have such a big block up on you and then you're trying to track the ball from over your shoulder. It was a solid block.
Elias. Good dig there by Clark. Rogers. Kevin calling outside to Drolsum. A little bit behind him. Good job adjusting his body. Calling. Back to Drolsum. A great save there by the Flyers.
Ooh. So close.
Fisher with the kill, point 6.
That was a nice rally by both teams, but Maryville will ultimately come out with the point.
Fisher to serve.
Lewis still leads 14-13.
We didn't see very many rallies at all last night, so it's good to see some of those so far, just in this first set. Selahowski.
Oh, there's a dig.
Donev, free ball over the
by
net.
Fisher.
Rogers. Van Handel from the back. Teammates on Lewis really loved the set there by Nico Paula, the libero. Outside to Rogers again. Haber from the back.
Again, another long rally. Both teams playing pretty good defense. And doing a good job of switching up their shots. And then Drolsum will end it with the kill.
Even though the Flyers were definitely out of system quite a few times during that rally, they made some really great recoveries and had a great team effort overall.
They did, and Maryville even had a triple block up on Drolsum. He's had a few kills tonight. He's leading with 3, as well as Selahowski. So it looks like they're trying to stop them in their strong suit, which is blocking. But didn't get that one.
It is global night theme here in Neil Carey, so this is Seaver's night, so he's going to make the most of it for sure.
Look at that.
Spoken into existence again. Service ace for Drolsum.
Yeah, he is from Norway, and Antonio Elias is from Puerto Rico. So we've got a few people, and their assistant coach, Eli, is also from Puerto Rico. I think one of my favorite things about the men's team is
The bench.
the bench. I mean, they're just full of characters, and it's so fun to watch.
Just a great group of guys, always just so energetic, and even when they're down by a couple of points, it doesn't ever faze them, and it's just so fun.
No, and it makes, honestly, sitting as a fan, it makes it so much more entertaining.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Like, I feel like if you go to a game and, you know, no one's really cheering or having fun, and it's
Yeah.
kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
energy is
playing-
contagious.
Yeah. No, it really is. Like, when they get excited, they're their own cheerleaders, first of all. But when they get excited, the fans get excited, students get excited, everyone. So, just
Yeah.
honestly, I have, like, if I were to rank my favorite celebrations for them,
Oh boy.
whenever they win a challenge, I think they hoist, like, Ryan Collins up in the air.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
got to be my favorite. I don't know why they do it. It's just hilarious to me, so.
I think my favorite, it's an old one, but I don't even know when they do this. Like, I'm not sure. But they'll go and they'll sit around the whiteboard, and
Oh,
one
yes.
one person will like pretend to be giving like a lesson, and everyone else is just intently like listening. It's
Their hands on their chin.
Yes,
hand
that
on
is
the
a good
chin.
one. Yeah, what about you, Hannah? I don't know. There's something about the row thing that they just did a couple of seconds ago. It kind of gets me every time.
They get into formation so quickly. I
They
look over
do.
after the point. I'm like, how
Uh-huh.
are they already on the ground? Like,
They're on the ground. There's some people like holding little telescopes.
yes.
The few guys that can't, squat low because they're in pain. They're getting old.
Yeah, we do have quite a few of seniors on the team. It's gonna be weird next year having to fill those roles, and no doubt these boys can do it though. Outside to Ganev. He wants the touch, but Flyers will get the point there.
Yeah, looks like it just went a little too far. Yeah, this year the Flyers are graduating 5. You have Alec Unhart, you have Antonio Elias, you have Cole Brillhart, you have Jason Gibbs, and Kevin Calling, who's playing tonight.
Yeah, really crazy to think about, but number 5, the libero, Jason Gibbs, is going to come back and be the GA, I believe, so he'll stick around for a little bit, but
I believe that's what he said.
not in uniform, but going to be a great addition to their coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Ganev with the serve. Dug up by Haber. Kevin Calling to Selahowski, who's blocked.
It was almost a great save by Ramocho, but just didn't get it high enough for Kevin to go get it.
And the senior All-American setter, Kevin Calling, a great role model on the team. It's going to be a challenge without him next year, but Tyler Morgan is just as talented and has gained quite a bit of experience here at Lewis and also playing with Team USA earlier in the summer, so no doubt those shoes will be filled, but Calling will definitely be missed. A service error there for the Saints. Selahowski will serve for Lewis.
Yeah, service errors are just big momentum killers, and for Maryville right now, they really need to, keep the momentum if they want to come back in this game. And it's only 4 points. Although great saves on Maryville's side.
And looked like there Kevin Calling wanted to go for the dunk, but just didn't quite work out.
Back to service round.
Almost went a little too aggressively.
Yeah. The idea was there, the execution
Was almost.
so close.
He is, though, very good at attacking. He is a setter that
definitely.
will be aggressive with attacking.
Really good volleyball IQ as well. He knows when to try those moments and when to hold back.
Yeah, great vision as well.
And he makes up for it there.
And speaking of, absolutely smashes the overpass.
But I don't know if the feed saw this, but he gave a little thumbs up to make sure that he was okay.
Yeah. Definitely love the sportsmanship here. And also, you love the sportsmanship, but you also love the competitiveness. And, after a big kill or a big block, just a little glance to your opponent, no words exchanged, but just a look. And we saw some of that here last night with Selahowski and player on St. Francis, and it got a little bit chippy.
Just a little bit.
A little heated.
There was a yellow card, but, it's a competitive match, so
It is.
no harm done there. But
Yeah, and you'll see, Jason Gibbs, at least last night, he's very active at the net. And an old alum, Michael Simmons, who also was a libero here, he used to do that all the time. He would go up to the net, he would, crack jokes with the other guys, because, men's volleyball is such a small sport to where, everybody knows everybody. Women's volleyball, there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of people, but men's volleyball is so small. It's growing. There's a lot more new teams. Maryville's on its 2nd season, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah, Maryville is pretty new. I think the minors, I think it's University of
Missouri
S&T.
S&T.
Yeah. Oh, Missouri S&T, yeah. So they're new too, so.
Yeah, so they all know each other. So it's sometimes they're playing their best friends or, their neighbors, and they'll just say hi and make jokes. And
Yeah, I always think it's so funny how before the game I'll watch the guys and, you know, they'll just walk across the court and give each other a hug. And I'm like, how do they know each other? But everyone knows everyone, like you said. So.
Yeah, everybody knows everybody. I mean, you'll see Dan. Dan will start making jokes with all the coaches. That's the best part about working the book at the table is I get to hear all the interactions.
Yep. Ryan Collins there, service error for Lewis.
Another interesting thing about men's volleyball is that when you substitute in, you know, this differs from women's volleyball, you can't substitute, like once you're in and once you're out, you can't go back in. So like Ryan Collins, he went in to serve, he comes back out, now he's done for the rest of this game. And he can go back in the next game, but
I did not know that.
yeah, and you only get 6 substitutions, so right there that was 2. So now he has 4 left. That's why men's volleyball you don't see a lot of substitutions. You don't, like for women's volleyball, a lot of the time it's like a setter and a right side go in, and then a setter and a right side go in. And it's like throughout the entire match. But men's volleyball, you only get 1 shot, so.
See, I always wondered about that. It's like, you know, there's not that many subs, and now I have 2 volleyball players by my side telling me why. So everything makes sense, and you learn something new every day. So
yeah, that's why sometimes when you go in to serve, you're kind of just hoping and praying that, like, 1, you make it over, and 2, you hope that, you know, the rally keeps going and you win the point so you can stay on for longer. You just don't want to come out.
Yeah, that makes sense. If I were behind that service line, I get so nervous. And when it's like set point, I don't know how these players can keep it together, especially if it's a close match. Like a few nights, I think it was,
it's a lot of pressure, yeah.
UC San Diego when they were here, and in Neil Carey and Michael Sack, like, went on this great service run.
Right.
But like the amount of pressure that he must have felt in that moment. It was, I think, like the 4th set maybe, and
yeah, it was. It was after losing that 3rd set, and then they were down, and Michael Sack came in and he served for a while. It is difficult, but at least one thing that both of our volleyball teams do is we focus a lot on like mental health training and, you know, keeping composure, and so deep breathing, that's a big thing.
Oh yeah, I learned a new term, Shavasana, from Christian Prayer. He said that that's his favorite thing to do. It's basically meditation and visualization, and they do it before the game. So he was the other day just laying on the floor in my dorm. When I walked in, I was, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm Shavasanaing." So I think he might be lying. He might be trying to make me sound funny, but yeah, it's such a big part of the game, though, meditation and mindfulness. So.
The serve barely missed by calling. That was a close one.
Back to service, Chambers.
And number 10, Cameron Chambers to serve for Maryville. Good recovery there by calling. Back to Haber.
26.
And that ball goes into the net.
This has turned into kind of a tight game. Lewis is up 21-20. So we're slowly inching closer to 25.
Chambers. Ball is out of bounds.
Yeah. Once you reach the 20s, it's, you know, that's like focus time. That's when you try, hopefully, not to miss your serve. And in that case, you know, the Saints miss their serve. It is a momentum killer because now Lewis is up by 2.
And Elias with the kill there.
Rodriguez with that kill point, Flyers.
Score now 23-20. And Daniel Haber returns to the line for Lewis. And that is a service ace for the freshman. And it is now set point for Lewis.
It's game point for the Flyers.
It's been a really fun set so far to watch, and it was a pretty close match for the most part.
Yeah, it has been.
Service on. 26.
Another service error.
The service man.
Still game point for the Flyers.
And Lewis now with 8 service errors. will look to clean that up shortly in the second set.
And another service error.
And with that, the Flyers will take set 1, 25-21, and we'll be right back for set 2.
All Flyers supporters, make sure to sign up to attend the fourth Flyer Red Dinner on Thursday, March 16th. Louis University Athletics will host the historic Flyer Red Dinner at the Bowling Grove Golf Club starting at 6 p.m. This dinner is a benefit for Louis Flyers Athletics and its 22 teams and 500 student athletes. The Flyer Red Dinner will consist of a cocktail hour to start tonight, followed by dinner and a celebration of Flyer Athletics, closed up by a program including honoring the inductees of the Hall of Fame class of 2023. Those inductees include Mariah Henry from the class of 50, Bobby Ross from the class of 90, Randy Ross from the class of 91, and Michelle Puxo from the class of 13. Lewis will also honor Ralph Miller as the Louis University Athletics with Sally of the Year. Tickets to the dinner are $100 per person. To register and for more information on partnership opportunities, contact Assistant Athletics Director April Henshaw or visit LewisFlyers.com.
And we are back here in Neil Carey Arena for set number 2. Number 15, Lewis University Flyers versus the Maryville University Saints. Jules, what did you see in that first set? Some key points and some takeaways.
So obviously in that last few points, I mean in the 20s, there's a lot of service errors. And so we were talking about that a little bit. And right now, Lewis's aces are 5 and Maryville has 1. And for Lewis's service errors, they have 8 and Maryville has 5. And so that's quite a bit for a first set to have 8 and 5 serving errors. I mean, obviously you said it, we're going to try to look, and I mean, maybe Dan talked about it because they keep stats on the bench to see if they can clean up that side of the game a little bit more.
And number 10, Cameron Chambers will start off this second set for Maryville. Paula, Kevin Calling to Drolsum. And he picks up another kill.
Just bobbled through the block again.
Back to serve is Peter Vimochel.
And Vimochel, the freshman, will serve for Lewis. Van Handel. Outside to Ganev, who gets the kill there. Kevin Colling just couldn't quite get underneath it.
Back to serve.
Ganev now has 2 kills.
Yeah, and he's definitely been a key attacking player so far for this Saints team. This past week, he had 10 kills against Loyola and then 10 kills as well and 4 blocks against Quincy. They lost both of those matches, but doing a good job across the board. Calling to Selahowski. Somehow makes it over the net. Selahowski tries again. And that ball is just out of bounds. Van Handel to serve for Maryville.
And right now, both setters are back row for both of the teams, and so you have 3 hitters up. So it's a very active front row. Clearly, Rolson with another kill. He leads with 5. And now he goes back to serve.
Rolson serving.
Outside to Rogers. Gets the kill there again for the Saints.
Back to serve is Jacob Fisher.
And Jolson's been an amazing addition to the Flyers. He's gone in a few times when they were traveling, and obviously he's starting today. He's just a freshman, so he's got a lot of years ahead of him.
Free ball over the net. Outside to Ganev, a big block there. Antonio Elias getting up there. Great defense there at the net for the Flyers.
Back to serve is Chase Selahowski.
Selahowski, who also helped with that block, is now back to serve.
Let's serve.
That one will go into the net.
Serving is Victor Cannon.
So now Kevin is front row, so look for him to be a little bit more active on the net again. He'll try to mix it in there so he can, you know, open up some holes in the block for his hitters.
Really good body adjustment there by Kevin Colling. That ball was pretty close to the net, but made the most out of it, got it outside to Haber, who picks up another kill.
The spatial awareness that setters just all across the board have to have is incredible.
And a kill there for Antonio Elias Rodriguez. Definitely one of the toughest serves here on this Lewis team, making it quite difficult for Maryville.
And he racks up his first ace.
Let's serve.
Serve goes into the net.
Serving is Drew Rogers.
Drew Rogers back to serve. The score is now tied 5-5.
Haber calling. And the quick to Peter Vimochel. Hammers it away for the Flyers there.
That was a really good first pass by Haber. Very calm, went right to the target. Obviously Kevin sets his middle and puts it away, so that was a really great play.
Overpass there.
Great
save.
coverage.
Nico Paulo.
And a block, that was so good.
Such a fun player to watch, number 4, Nico Paula, just a freshman from Florida. Great to see him on the floor tonight, getting some experience and some minutes in. making some great plays.
Yeah, kept that one alive, allowed the Flyers to get a block.
Jolson, exclamation point. Wow. There was no stopping that ball. He got up there.
I think there might be a dent in the floor over there. I mean, he hit the ball just about that hard.
Absolutely terrifying to be on the Saints side.
Yep. And see, what the Saints had earlier in the first set was blocking, and there you had just no one up.
There's just no chance. Close to the net there. Ganev.
Just out of bounds.
And a clear look of frustration on Ganev's face right now.
The Saints go timeout, third first. Timeout.
And with
Right
that,
now, Flyer fans, please welcome our Flyers promotions team and make some noise. They've got t-shirts for the loudest fans in the arena.
I don't think that the energy gets anywhere near as high during the game as it does when there's a free t-shirt involved. I mean,
That is so true.
they just love the free t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, one thing that's really awesome just about sports in general in college is that everyone just loves to support each other. We had 2 basketball games earlier today. Our women's basketball team won. They were playing UIndy. And our men's team lost, again, playing UIndy. And so now we have our 3rd game of the day. It's just really awesome to see everyone supporting everyone. I mean, we have our women's basketball team in the front row, and they were like, chirping at the other team while they're serving.
There's got to be some sort of pact between men's volleyball and women's basketball because they are always at each other's games and always just heckling the other teams. I would hate to be a visitor here in Neil Carey. It's so hard.
For sure.
It is awful. I mean, speaking from just experience, like Quincy, we had to go play, and like they had a really just intense student section, and it's so hard to focus, when the students are just getting so active.
But honestly, even though it's hard to focus, some people really thrive in that sort of environment. I mean, I was talking to Christian Prayer before the game yesterday because he used to go to St. Francis. He transferred from there, and so he told me that he actually loves that type of competition and the vibe where you know who you're playing and you know it's going to be intense. And he had a great game last night, so me personally, though, I would not want to be a visitor here.
Definitely not.
And number 9, David Fletcher, will serve for the Saints. Paula to calling. Daniel Caper with another kill. It's going to be his 5th.
Haver and Drolsom both with 6 kills tonight. Haver back to serve. A great up by Nico Paula. And again, another block by the 2 freshmen. Vamocho and Drolsom. And another save by Nico Paula. I mean, he saves the ball in the middle of the play. The block finishes the play. It's a nice little system the freshmen got here. They're really proving their point. And right now there's 4 freshmen on the court.
And you would honestly never guess it. I mean, with the way they're playing with each other, I mean, they have a good flow going.
That chemistry is definitely amazing. They are all so close, and they're just a very well-bonded team. So I'm not surprised that they're playing like this, even though they're just freshmen.
Cameron Chambers touches that ball, ricochets off his platform. He knew it. You see it in their faces.
Just a look of
It's just a look
bit
of
disappointment.
dang it.
Yep, a look of dang it. Yeah.
But trying to set up his offense right now. Didn't execute that play.
And score is now 13.
Vamocho back to serve. Right now, Maryville has their 2 main hitters in the middle and on the outside right now.
And Wilson again records another kill. He now has 7 on the night.
If I was Maryville right now, I would want to just keep putting a solid double, maybe even a triple on Drolsom. Ball is saved by Rogers.
Calling quick to Elias, who gets the kill there for the Flyers. And with that, the Flyers now lead by 8. I sense a timeout coming for this Maryville team as the Flyers start to pull away just a little bit.
Or possibly a substitution. Maybe put someone new in, mix it up.
Vamochel. Ganev. That ball is out of bounds.
Mochel's still serving. 16-7.
Serves on point, Saints.
Serve just out of bounds.
Manhandle the serve.
Van Handel back to the line for the Saints. Flyers still lead by 8.
Serves on point, Flyers.
And again, another service error. Just seems to be a common theme for tonight.
Service Drolsom.
Right now, Maryville with 6 and the Flyers with 13.
It's definitely going to be a focus for both of the teams at practice this week, probably. I know if I was a coach, that's probably what mine would be too.
That serve was, that path a bit close to the net. There is a violation, automatic point going to Lewis.
Yeah, that's hard as a setter when the ball just starts getting a little bit tighter and trying to save it. It looks like the Maryville coach wanted to challenge that maybe Antonio Elias was over, but the ball was still on Maryville's side.
And again, another service error.
Back to service, Fisher.
Jacob Fisher now back to serve from Maryville. Lewis leads 18-9.
You have Drolsom back row, and so possibly see Kevin set him back row.
Quick push to the outside. Maryville with a nice diving play to get it up. And Selahowski comes out of the outside to record a kill for the Flyers.
That was a really nice up by Cameron Chambers. Keep the ball alive. Looks like Jared Phelan's going to sub in for Selahowski. And Nathan DeGraff for Drolsom. Nathan DeGraff is also a freshman, looking to get some experience on the court here. He got in a little bit last night as well. Phelan is a senior who may or may not be coming back for his 5th year.
Yeah, I believe there's a bit of a question mark right now for him. I spoke with him a few weeks ago and just a little bit unsure, but
it's a big question mark.
He's got some time, to figure that out, but team would definitely love to have him back, but I'm sure he's got quite a bit of options.
Yeah. I mean, right now, he was part of my incoming class with Kevin Calling and Michael Sack. And right now, Michael Sack is actually going to take his 5th year.
Wow.
And then Kevin's leaving, so, out of the 3, one's leaving, one's staying. It's kind of a hard decision to make.
Yeah, and Phelan is a business and sports marketing major, so I know he's very interested in coaching, so that may be a potential career for him in the future.
Alec Lenhart, a 5th year, missed his serve just long. Looks like the Saints are going to have a substitution as well for the outside position.
Yeah, number 7, Jaden Rickhausen, seeing the floor for the first time tonight. He is a sophomore from Las Vegas. Dug up by Phelan. Calling outside to DeGraff. That ball a little bit behind him. He had to reach his left arm quite a bit backwards before making contact, so a little bit of a tough spot. Flyers still lead 20-12 though.
That was a great pass by Jared Phelan. Service error into the net.
Calling serving.
Right now you have 3 freshmen in the front row, so let's see how they do here.
Point Flyers.
And that ball goes out of bounds. The error coming from a tip by, I believe it was number 10, Cameron Chambers.
Flyers still up by 10.
Calling. Took up by Rogers. Overpass. Joust at the net. Ends up on Maryville's side. Rickhausen. Dug up by Paula. Sent to Calling. Outside to Haber.
Tries to roll it over the top of the block.
Rickhausen. Blocked. The 2 freshmen, Vamochel and DeGraff, teaming up there for Lewis.
Yeah, that was a really smart play by Haber, trying to roll it over the top, but Maryville's defense, picked that up. They've been really good on defense with, the scrappy plays and all the throws and the tips.
Definitely showing a lot of effort and a lot of grit tonight.
Yeah.
Back to service, Fleischer.
Fleischer to serve for the Saints. Overpass there. Oh, and DeGraff getting the point for Lewis. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of the Saints. And just like that, it is now set point for set number 2 here in Neil Carey. And Haber will serve for the Flyers.
Good serve.
Such a good serve. Phelan just couldn't keep that one.
Yeah, joust at the net, Phelan and Chambers. Chambers now back to serve.
And that's a service ace.
Great placement on that serve. I mean, that landed right in the corner.
Yeah, that's the one thing about float serves is that you never really know where it's going to go if you hit it just right because, that's what it's called, a float. So that one just dropped right into the back corner.
And off the hands, but remains in bounds. Flyers look a little bit upset with that call, but
just a little bit. It's hard when you have, all these new faces back here because, they're not used to, the game experience, and so it's a little bit different from practice to game.
And Phelan will get this second set point for the Flyers. And we are now headed into set number 3.
16. We have 3 contestants who will have 30 seconds to serve as many balls as they can. If one of their serves on a fly hits one of the prizes on the other side of the net, they win that prize. All right, contestants, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. Got a handle. They're going to fly with the polo, the cootie, or the baseball. That's a We're down to 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's have a big round of applause for our three contestants in tonight's Flyers Servers Flag.
Hello, Flyer fans, and welcome back. We're going to start our third game of the match. And it looks like some more new faces out here on the Lewis side. We have Isaac Benka in the middle. We have Seaver Drolsom is back. Sahowski's back. And it looks like Wesley Yusk, sorry for the mispronunciation, is now in as well. If I mispronounce any names, I am so sorry to all the parents out there.
Daniel Haber is back to serve.
There's a great save again by Chambers. But a double contact by the libero number 99, Zach Clark, trying to set the ball to the outside.
You don't see doubles called very often, at least in the men's game.
No, they've started to go away from it. Mostly I feel like they just want them to play. I mean, if it's really bad, they're going to call it. But
Yeah.
they've started to, I mean, I think all volleyball has just started to like slightly, not look at that. Isaac recording his first block of the night. It looks like the gym is ecstatic.
Isaac is most definitely one of the Flyer fan favorites.
He is.
Yes.
He has racked in a lot of injuries this, past
has.
season and even last season. I broke my finger. He broke his. We were broken finger buddies. So I'm so excited to see him playing.
Nico Paula, he almost death dropped there on the floor. I don't know how he avoided that ball, but
Looks like Dan's trying to give him some tips. Probably telling him not to death drop. It's not the most effective way to play defense. Going to the outside. It looks like the Saints middle is hitting from the outside on that play. Number 1, Fisher.
yeah, he's moved around quite a bit so far tonight. And looking at Maryville's lineup going into tonight versus last night, they've switched around quite a few things. So Coach Haston definitely looking to try some new things and get some winning streak going here.
Drolson with the save.
Line violation, point Flyer.
Looks like a violation on Maryville. The player went under the net.
Again, you don't see that one called often either, mostly because usually it's called if the person going under interferes with the other side.
Right.
Yeah, quite a few strange plays. Strange calls tonight, rather. Just some unforced errors. And number 1, Jacob Fisher gets the kill there. A bit of an awkward type of touch, but gets the point.
He is currently the leader of kills right now with 4 for the Saints.
Fisher. Into the net again. Service errors in the first 2 sets were pretty heavy. Definitely wanting to clean that up on both sides, but let's see what Seaver Jolson can do for the Flyers. Outside to Ganev. That point does fall.
See, now from my point of view, it looks like something hit the antenna.
Yeah, I kind of thought that as well.
There was some movement, definitely. And Selahowski looks a little bit disappointed with that call.
So does Dan. He just had a conversation with the down ref, but it looks like no one saw anything, so maybe I'm just imagining it.
Off the hands of number 21, Luke Van Handel. Good kill there by Daniel Haber.
Yeah, one thing I do have to say is we're very appreciative of our refs, and I mean tonight we have 4. We have 2 line judges and 2 an up ref and a down ref, and so I mean Hannah and I today we were reffing all day, and it's not an easy job. It really isn't.
It really isn't. No, it's not.
It's hard, and especially when the level gets even higher, like the ball's moving even faster, and you really gotta kind of like tune in, and you're watching so many different things. Like you're watching the net, you're watching their bodies in contact with the ball, you're watching at the ball in contact with the line.
There's just so much going on, and
so much. And I really commend all the refs out there. And if you ever want to be a ref, you can sign up, get certified. They are having a shortage of refs all across the country. And so if this is interesting to you, it pays well, so that's a plus.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely pays well, and you stay in the sport and you stay in it.
And you learn so much more than you would as just being a player as well. And funny enough, Jules, it actually is Official Appreciation Day. I worked. Yes,
I did hear that.
Yep. I worked the men's and women's basketball games earlier, and they had a whole little celebration for them. So
that's awesome.
They were definitely feeling the love.
Oh, good.
I mean, that's awesome. And so, again, if you're interested, you know, go sign up for your local area. They are in dire need of refs, especially in volleyball. That's my little shout out for the day.
Referee shout out.
Referee shout out. Even though I yell at you sometimes, I do love you guys.
We all do, though.
We appreciate
Every
you.
athlete, yeah.
Thank you for dealing with me.
And number 9, David Fleischer, to serve for the Saints. Scores 8-5. Lewis leads.
Pass by Haber. He puts it away.
Getting some good spin on that ball.
Yeah, he just got on top of it. Just added a little bit of snap.
Nice little off-speed shot.
Calling back to serve. A little bit of a tight pass.
Great dig by Nico Paula.
He tries again, but that just gets a little bit away from him. But great effort there by the freshman.
A little bit of a repeat action there by Maryville. Didn't get it the first time, but got it the second time. Chambers back to serve.
Calling back to Haber. Off the hands of Josh Zuchenko.
Haber now leads in kills with double digits. He has 10 right now.
And they've just been utilizing him pretty much everywhere. I mean, he just got that kill out of the right side. He's been hitting from the outside, even out of the back row. So they're doing a great job of mixing him up.
Receiver Drolsum with an error there, sending a ball free over the net. Number 21.
Back to serve.
Jinx. He's been having a good night so far, and he's a senior from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Big block. Actually, huge block by Rogers. Even stared him down a little bit. Seaver Drolsum, who's also been another producer for the Flyers, you know, gets blocked. Solo block. Flyers bench doesn't look too happy about it.
Got a little rowdy on that last point.
Yeah.
Got a warning from the up ref.
Going back to Seaver, and he gets the kill.
And the bench right now is just absolutely electric. I think that there was some sort of chippiness going on after the last play, and so
It was a really good block.
It was.
And, you know, Kevin was smart. Kevin was smart to go back to Seaver, and Seaver was probably a little bit upset from that last play.
Yeah.
Put a little bit more power on there. Benka trying to get that dig there, just barely misses it. Looks like he was trying to look like Nico a little bit with the one-arm dig.
I like the effort there by Isaac Benka for sure.
Fisher back to serve.
Good dig by Paula. Calling to Haber in the middle.
Haber with a 2-point Flyers.
Looks like there's a touch on the Saints side. And Haber will take that kill, giving him 11 on the night.
Flyers lead by 3. Drolsum back behind the line for Lewis. Drolsum. Out of bounds. Point Maryville. And Ganev back to serve for Maryville. Score 12-10.
Another missed serve. It seems like when one person misses their serve, the other person misses their serve back to back.
Very good substitution as Katie Klingbeil enters the lineup, replacing Victor Ganev.
The substitution on the Saints side, it looks like they're taking out Ganev. Sorry again for the pronunciation.
Yeah, Gannon will take a seat right now for the Flyers. In for him, number 11, Caden Klingbeil. From the back row, Klingbeil calling. Back to Chase Salahowski. Clark.
Be another double contact on the Saints side.
And that's the second or third one tonight. Something that you don't really see often in men's volleyball. Flyer bench definitely getting rowdy. Salahowski. Van Handel. Chambers. And Rogers is blocked.
Big block.
It's a block party for sure.
It is a block party. All three went up. It looks like Kevin must have gotten the main touch, but that was a solid triple block up. Rogers is going to have a tough time getting around that.
Salahowski. Out of bounds. Point Maryville. And Rogers returns to the line for Maryville. Paula to calling. Quick to Wesley Yusk, who gets the kill for the Flyers there.
Recording his first kill. Wesley Yusk is from Castleberry, Florida, majoring in secondary education and history. Back to serve.
Tough serve there, Clark. Calling, back to Drolsom. Two in the block there, Drolsom gets another kill.
Yusk with the dig on that play.
Really good pass.
Again, something you don't see from middles very often is making those like 2-3 level digs. And he did it, allowing Drolsom to get that kill.
Rogers, Chambers. And number 7, Jaden Rickhausen sends that one out. And we're going to see Nate DeGraff take the floor again tonight for the Flyers, replacing number 7, Sivo Drolson.
The bench is getting rowdy.
They really love Wesley Yusk's serving routine. And that's a service ace there for number 15, Wesley Yusk. Christian Prayer does a little bit of a waddle over there on the sideline.
There's a timeout for the Saints. It's 19-11. Lewis is up.
Yeah, Flyers are definitely taking off here in this third set. What have you guys seen from them that's impressed you so far?
The winning number is 5-0.
I think, honestly, I mean, on both sides, like the scrappiness of the defense. You know, I mean, like what I was saying, like Yuska got that nice dig for Kevin to like put it into a good spot for his hitters. And even on Maryville's side too, they're getting a lot of like, you know, good ups and off of, you know, the block touches and stuff of it. I mean, obviously it shows that the Flyers also are, you know, putting it away at the service line.
9 times out of 10.
And it's not, like, they are getting a lot of errors. I mean, yes, probably going to work on it in practice. But a big thing is, like, momentum. You know, when a team is going on that run and then you make a service error, you know, you kill your momentum and you're kind of like, oh, wah-wah. But, like, you know, and those are the ones that I think matter the most in the game, or even, like, the ones that are in the 20s.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, right now, Wesley's going back there, and it's close to 20 for Lewis, and he got an ace. So, and he's, I mean, clearly the bench is going crazy.
Yeah.
And so the momentum's really on Lewis's side right now. Maryville's going to have to pick up their serve-receive a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what? Like you said, there was, you know, some things that they needed to work on, but overall, a pretty great performance tonight from the Flyers, and they've had so many young guys taking the court for the first time, like some of them getting their first minutes and just adding on to that. So
Looks like 5th-year Alec Leinhardt's now in.
And it's so good to see him after suffering a back injury.
Big block by Isaac. I believe that's his 2nd on the night.
And a bit of an awkward serve there from Wesley.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. You know,
Toss was definitely a little too far out in front of him there.
quite a bit of time in the air, but
Another thing I think is that, you know, Lewis is blocking. They are having a really good night. Let's see, they have 20 blocking assists.
wow.
Whereas Maryville has 10. And then total blocks, Lewis has, looks like 20 total blocks, and Maryville has 10 total blocks. So,
Pretty good numbers.
Yeah, those are same numbers. Yeah. I mean, we talked about how Maryville's blocking in the beginning of the game was like really good, and they were sealing the net, and it looks like they kind of like pulled away from that. Like they haven't been able to get the same blocks that they were getting.
Right. And I mean, on the Lewis side, though, something that I spoke with Coach Dan Friend about was he mentioned that he wanted to see more consistency on block defense from his team. So good to see that they're putting those types of numbers up tonight. They've definitely been improving, and the young guys putting those numbers up too. So
yeah.
And even on the offensive side of things, like looking at the numbers, Lewis has a hitting percentage of .313. Maryville is hitting negative .033. And in terms of kills, Lewis is sitting at 33 on the night, Maryville with 15.
Flyers!
It's going to be a substitution here.
Wesley Yusk back on the line to serve to hopefully he can continue his serving run. Lewis leads 20-11.
yes. Rogers to Chambers. Back out to Ganev, who's back in.
Oh.
And a very awkward looking dive there from Yusk. He does get the ball up, but unfortunately nobody is there to cover it.
Ryan Collins.
Again, the scrappiness was there.
Right, yes.
There's going to also be another substitution on the Saints side. Number 4, Joe Nicomado's in. He's going to be on the outside, it looks like. And then on Lewis's side, Ryan Collins is in for Yusk, and it looks like they're going to play Ryan Collins as the libero right now. Nico Paula is not going back in.
Yeah, and Coach Friend mentioned that earlier, that he's going to look to make quite a few substitutions just because there are 2 back-to-back matches, and there are some guys that had some injuries, and definitely will want to look to conserve them for their future matches.
Yeah, and it's great seeing these guys get out there and getting some experience.
And the Flyer fans are
Getting
loud.
really excited. It looks like a fan favorite, Connor Keating, might come in. Not sure. If you're a fan of Connor Keating, look out. He might be coming in.
And Connor Keating, if he takes the court, will be getting some of his first minutes seen this season, so exciting for him.
That's very exciting. The fans here are very excited.
Off the tape, dug up by Haber. Calling. Isaac Benko with another kill. Such a great player and such a great teammate in person overall. So happy to see him on the floor tonight after all of those injuries that he endured.
And you can see him, he's wearing a Band-Aid right now. He did have a little bit of a head injury. But he's okay now. Just out of bounds by Calling.
And Connor Keating. Looks like he's getting ready to enter the match. We shall see.
Leinhardt with the pass. And a kill by DeGraff. Okay, here it is.
And fans are on their feet in the student section.
I think this is the most excited that the student section has been all night.
Yep.
And Connor Keating will serve for the Flyers.
He's serving for Haber. Serve is good.
Gonna
Big block, another block.
And it is now 23-13.
Benka has his 3rd block of the night. Coming off the bench and getting these many blocks is really good to see.
Clark, Chambers, Van Handel. Connor Keating gets underneath it, but can't keep it in bounds.
Van Handel with the kill. Now he's going back to serve.
To serve. Very good substitution as Nicometto returns to the line.
Keating will stay in and play back row for the rest of the match. Lewis is at 23. The Saints are at 14. Again, the momentum right now is still on Lewis's side, so Maryville's really going to need something special to get the momentum on their side.
Collins to calling to Leonard. Good dig there by Van Handel.
It was a great dig.
Outside to Nicomento.
Dig by Keating. Kill by Benka. Yeah, it's really hard to get momentum when the crowd is just going crazy.
And it is now match point. And Benka will serve for Lewis. Everyone on their feet here in Neil Carey. Dug up by Clark. Chambers outside.
Missed hit, but saved. And a big block on Maryville's side by Niccometto and Fisher. And now Fisher is back to serve. And it looks like Lewis has 24. Maryville has 15.
Leonard.
Leonard with the kill.
He puts it away for the Flyers.
He ends the match here tonight, 25-15. This was an exciting one. We got to see a lot of people go in. I'm sure fans watching have been so excited to see some of their favorite people go in tonight. Basically, their whole bench was in.
Yeah, great to see that. Something that you don't see very often. So just like that, we are out. Flyers take the last set, 25-15. We will see you here next time in Neil Carey. Thanks.